Learning a language is always fun and exciting, and few things in many languages are very interesting. Hindi nouns are one of them. So, in this video, we are going to talk about nouns. So, let's begin. Hi everyone, I am Manish from IndusHindi.com. Before we start talking about Hindi nouns, we have to remember three things. One is Hindi nouns are inflected for gender, number, and case, right? And the second thing is Hindi has two gender. One is masculine and another is feminine. And the third thing is Hindi has two numbers, singular and plural. So now we will learn about noun. First about masculine noun. Masculine nouns have two categories. First, the noun which has a ending. A, this sound ending. So for example, ladka, which means boy. Kamra, which means room. Katora, which means a ball. So all three nouns like ladka, kamra and katora ending with a sound, right? So if you want to make them plural, you have to remove a, and when you remove them, you have to add one thing. Another sound is a. Like when it's ladka, if you remove a sound, then it will become ladke. And the word kamra, if you remove a, then it becomes kamre. And the word katora, if you remove a, then add a, it becomes katore. Understand? I hope this thing is clear. So masculine nouns have two types, a ending and rest which have no a ending. For example, ghar, which means house or home. Dost, which means friend. Kagaz, which means paper. So these types of nouns, you don't need to change anything. Singular form and plural form would be the same, like ghar, dost, kagaz, no change. There are two exceptions also, like if the word is a noun is related to a relation or a position, it doesn't change, right? For example, raja, a king. Nana, mother's father. And pita, father. It has a ending, but since these words belongs to a relation, it doesn't change, right? They don't change. And the second exception is if a masculine noun ending with a sound, nasalize a, then just remove a and add a. For example, dhuma, which means smoke, and the dhuma and kuwa, make them plural, just remove a ending and add a. For example, dhua becomes dhuye and kuwa becomes kuye. The second one is feminine nouns. Feminine nouns also have two categories. One is e ending. Like for example, ladki, kursi, nadi, right? So all these three nouns are ending with e, like ladki, girl, kursi, chair, nadi, river. To make them plural, just remove last ending e and add a suffix called iya. For example, ladki becomes ladkiyan, kursi becomes kursiyan, nadi becomes nadiyan. The next feminine type of noun is not ending with e, right? Which has no e ending. For example, kitab, maze, and bhasha. If you see, all these three have no e ending, right? Like kitab, maze, bhasha. So if a noun is feminine and not ending with e, you have to add a at the end, like where kitab, which means book, becomes kitabein, maze becomes mezein, bhasha becomes bhashaein. In feminine nouns, there are two exceptions. One is ending e and ending ia. If any noun, feminine noun ending with e or ia, you have to remove them and add inya. For example, shakti, which means power. This word is ending with e. So remove e and add inya. So shakti becomes shaktiyan. And the next example is chidiya, which means bird. See, this word is ending with iya. So remove iya and add iyan. For example, chidiya becomes chidiyan. And the second exception is, like if a feminine noun is ending with oo sound, just shorten them and add a, like bahu becomes bahuye. I hope this thing is clear. So you have to remember one thing: all Hindi nouns are assigned a gender, right? Either feminine or masculine. This is a question how to remember them, how to not to get confused. If they have a ending, they are masculine, and if they are e ending, they are feminine, except few exceptions. I hope this thing is clear. If you just forget this thing, then you have to remember one more thing, right? Except a and e. If anything is something big, then it would be masculine, and if something is small, then it would be feminine. I hope you understand this thing and enjoyed this class. Goodbye.